Welcome back to Flashback Friday, where we dive into the wildest, most controversial, and absolutely fascinating stories from the world of art and design. Today, we are stepping into the mind of a man who turned silence, trauma, and brick and mortar into pure visual poetry, the legendary Satish Gujral. From partition paintings that hit you in the gut to an embassy that became an international design flex to a home that's now a living museum. This is the multiverse of Gujral. Stay till the end because if you are in Delhi right now, I'm telling you exactly where to go to literally walk into his world. Okay, picture this. You are a kid, you lose your hearing after an accident, and the world just goes quiet. For most people, that's the end of the story. For Satish Gujral, that silence became the soundtrack of one of the most powerful art journeys in modern India. Born in 1925 in Jehlu, in what is now Pakistan, Gujral grew up in a newly brewing India. Political heat, social change, the works. Because of his hearing issues, school kept rejecting him until he found his way into the Mayo School of Art in Lahore and later the Sir J.J. School of Art in Bombay. Basically, he did the original art school dropout and comeback arc. Why? Before it was cool. And then partition hit. Not as a textbook chapter, but as lived horror. His family migrated to India, and the things he saw on the way never left him. Those memories turned into his iconic partition paintings. Controlled bodies, grieving faces, crowds on the move. They are emotional documents of a country being ripped apart, painted by someone who was right there in the chaos. Fast forward a bit, and this quite intense artist from Punjab gets a scholarship to Mexico in 1952. And not just anywhere in Mexico. He literally works with Diego Rivera, the godfather of political muralism. Imagine going from dusty refugee trains to painting in the studio of artists who believed walls could start revolutions. You can see that influence in how Gujral starts thinking big. Not just canvases, but murals, mosaics, massive public works. He comes back to India and wears many hats. Painter, sculptor, muralist, architect, writer. He did not believe in picking one lane. He experiments like crazy with mediums. Ceramic and tile murals, rough stone, metal, burnt wood, even junk, and machine-like steel elements. If it had texture, weight, memory, he wanted to work with it. And you see that full experimentation celebrated right now at National Gallery of Modern Art in New Delhi. NGMA is hosting a huge centenary retrospective, Satish Gujral 100, a centenary exhibition bringing together more than 150 works from his 7-decade-long career. Paintings, sculptures, murals, sketches, it's all there. From those early partition era works that feel like open wounds, to playful abstract pieces, to intense portraits and monumental forms. Curated by Kishore Singh in collaboration with the Gujral Foundation, the show tracks how his visual language kept shifting as India itself was changing. One thing that stands out, nothing about Gujral is static. Every phase has a new material, a new emotional temperature, a new way of thinking about space. And speaking of space, we have to talk about architecture. In the late 1970s and 80s, Gujral basically decides, you know what, let's design building too. And that drops absolute icons. His most famous one, the Belgian Embassy in New Delhi, selected internationally as one of the most finest buildings of the 20th century. It looks like sculpture and building had a baby, solid, monumental, but still deeply human. This is where his muralist brain meets his architect brain. Walls aren't just walls, they are emotional surfaces. And that brings us to what might be his most personal project, Gujral House. In Lajpat Nagar, buried in the chaos of Delhi traffic and market noise, stands this exposed brick bungalow that he designed as both home and studio with architect Raj Reval. It wasn't just a nice house, it was a living artwork. Rooms that kept changing, levels shifting, spaces morphing based on how the family and the work were evolving. For decades, this is where he lived, painted, sculpted, experimented, a literal incubator for ideas. And here's the cool part for all of us in 2026. Gujral House has now opened to the public as a cultural hub. There is a special exhibition there, Satish Gujral 100 Architecture, highlighting his building through drawings, models, photographs, and archival materials. So between NGMA and Gujral House, you are not just looking at his work on the white walls, you are walking through his mind, through the spaces he built, the textures he obsessed over, the scale he insisted on. Now legacy, why does Satish Gujral still matter so much, especially to a Gen Z, hyper online? I can do 10 things at once. He refused to be boxed in, not by disability, not by genre, not by market expectations. One decade his paintings partition grief, after he's welding metal, another he's designing embassies and institutions from Delhi to Mauritius. Second, his work is a reminder that aesthetics and ethics can hold hands. His early paintings are about displacements and violence. His public murals and buildings are about resilience, community, and how art lives among people. He was honored with major awards, including the Padma Vibhushan and international recognitions. But what really endures is how his practice keeps generating conversation. The centenary shows at NGMA and Gujral House are not nostalgia trips, they are live case studies in how an artist can keep reinventing himself across 7 decades and still feel current. There's also something incredibly moving about the fact that a man who spent much of his early life in silence used visual language loudly, in paintings that screams, in buildings that stand like declarations, in a home that's now opening its doors to strangers. So if you are in Delhi, here's your mission after this video. Hit NGMA for Satish Gujral 100, a centenary exhibition. Soak in those 150 plus works and then make your way to Lajpat Nagar to experience Gujral House, the space where life, memory, and architecture blur into one long evolving artwork. And as you walk through those corridors or stand in front of those partition canvases, ask yourself, what does it mean to build a life where your medium can change, your style can change, but your core, your questions, your curiosity, your courage stays absolutely non-negotiable. That's honestly is Satish Gujral's real legacy. Not just the objects he left behind, but the permission he gives us to keep reinventing. Alright, that's it for the Flashback Friday. If you like traveling through Gujral's world, hit like, drop your favorite Gujral face in the comments, paintings, sculptures, murals, architecture, whatever, and tell us if you are planning to visit NGMA or Gujral House. Don't forget to subscribe to Art with a B for more art history with edge. Raw, real, and light, we promised. Never boring.